Hey everybody, I'm Rochell Thomas, class of 2014 from Lehman's Speech Master's Program. If you are like me, you follow directions, and so if a teacher says this is required reading, you buy the book. If you are like me, then you wasted probably $1,000 on books you will never open again. I'm trying to help you out and tell you about some books that will help you and you will use them over and over. The first of the 8 MVPs, Spelling, Development, Disability and Instruction. I'm going to tell you right now, I hated this book. I thought it took a ridiculously interesting subject and made it boring and unnecessarily convoluted. But if you take Gabick's class, this is her Bible. You're going to have to read it from cover to cover. So quit playing, buy or borrow it ASAP because you need it. You will need it for your large assignment. I have not referred back to this book, but I will say that I referred back to the notes that I took and how to teach a child and how children learn how to read. But I didn't like it, but you need it. The next book, and this actually should get the award for the absolute most valuable player in the speech books. It's the Introduction to Communication Disorders. I got this book as an undergrad for, I think it was probably about $90. No, oh my goodness, it was $130. I bought it new, came with a disc, used it for Speech Path 1 and 2. I have gone back to that book, this book, every semester, several times a semester. Why? It outlines all of the disorders in plain high school level English. It's not fancy, but it gives you all of the details you will need. Now, this is a good starter read. Another book, this book, no professor will put it on the required reading list. Why? Probably because it's a Hegde book, and I don't know what it is, but a lot of professors do not like Hegde. I think they think of him as like the magician who tells all the tricks, because Hegde takes the guesswork out of things. Basically, if you don't know how to do something, Hegde is like, here's how you do it. He doesn't give you time to come up with. And I say he because I don't really know if Hegde is a man or a woman. I've never met Hegde. But anyway, the Advanced Review of Speech Pathology, I bought it for, I think it was like 120 or 130 bucks. It came with a flash drive. I bought it to use to study for the praxis, but I wish I had bought it first semester. Why? It literally outlines the most important aspects of each area of speech that we cover. At the end of each chapter, there's a quiz. The quiz is, all of the questions are in like case study style, so it's very helpful to take the quizzes to see if you can correctly apply the information that's in there. Again, I wish I'd bought it first semester because I could have saved some money on a bunch of other books because all the important points are in here. Again, it's Hegde, Advanced Review. The flash drive it comes with has 4 praxis tests on it. 4. Full length. Now, having taken and passed the praxis, I'm going to tell you the questions aren't exactly like those on the praxis, but they are very helpful. The content is spot on, and the fact that you have to take it in real time, that's good practice for the praxis. Before you start clinic, get this book, the Roth Treatment Resource Manual. This book, if you don't know where to start, it gives you a good starting point. It gives, each chapter has a brief description of the disorder and a few treatment ideas, and they're fun treatment ideas, like not boring. Hegde gives you really general stuff. Roth gets specific. I've gone back to this each time I address, like each time I've had a client with a new disorder. I start here. I love it. I love Roth. Did I mention I met her? I may have mentioned that. She also autographed my book. Alright, in Rochell world, you can tell how important a book is by whether or not I keep it in a baggie. The next book comes in a baggie. It is Elicting Sounds. Elicting Sounds by Wayne Secord. This is the articulation Bible. You need to teach a child how to say R instead of R. This book tells you how to do it. It gives you the motokinesthetic, I always mispronounce that word, motokinesthetic, phonetic placement, sound approximation, all 3 different approaches. You just look up the letter, the phoneme, turn to that chapter and read on. If anyone figured out how to correctly apply that spoon technique to teach S, inbox a girl, because I never figured that one out. But I found it very helpful for both accent reduction work and for just straight articulation. Not a single professor will tell you to buy this and pretend you didn't. It's the Hegde treatment guide. This book outlines, it's alphabetized from apraxia to, I don't know, actually from apraxia through vocal fry. And you look up the disorder or the issue that you'd like to address, and it gives you an outline of how to treat that disorder. Again, this is very general. It takes all of the thought out of treating someone. You need to be more original than what's in here, but if you do not know where to start, it is a great starting point. And it fits in your purse. The only education book that I think you should buy. Unless, okay, disclaimer, if you have children, you will ignore the next minute. If you don't have children, and thus they are weird little creatures that keep doing strange stuff and you don't know why, then get this book, Yardsticks by Chip Wood. It has a chapter for each age from age 4 to 14, and basically you have a 6-year-old, you read it on the way to your client who's 6 so that you know what they're supposed to be doing and how they will behave. You know, it says stuff like, you know, a 5-year-old will like to play with blah 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 because of blah blah blah. It's very helpful. Again, it's more helpful to me because I don't yet have children. But if you have kids, you can probably skip this because you know when they enter and exit the idiot stage and when they enter genius. But if you don't know, this one. Last book of the most valuable players for speech pathology. It's in a bag, y'all, because it's that deep. It is dun, 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 the Assessment in Speech Language Pathology Resource Manual. I love this book so much, I kiss it in public. It comes with a disc. It has assessment guides for everything under the sun, charts out the wazoo, articulation norms, you know, PDK norms, all of the norms are in here, and photos, lists. Like, once you start working at a place, they will have their own assessment form that they want you to complete. But until then, it's all in here. From cognitive assessments, speech, whatever, you name it, it's here. This book is money well spent. It was like $140, and you have to keep it. Don't just throw it in your bag because it's really cheaply produced. But as you can see, I actually use this a lot. I don't know how I would have made it through the program without it. So there you have it. These are the 8 books you should spend your money on. There are tons of other books that are helpful, and it's nice to have them if you have the money, and you can check out the picture of those books right here. If you can't though, this is the must-have hit list. Alright, hope this was helpful. See you at graduation.